Hi guys, so we're looking at equivalent fractions and how to find them. Okay, so we're going to start off really easy and then we're going to work our way up. Okay, so first one, okay, so we usually start off with our whole and we break that into our fractions. So I'm going to break it this one nice and easy, go 1/2. Okay, so there's my half, one on either side. Okay, so if I even make it nice and even simpler that way, okay, there's my half. Okay, so if I cut those two in half, okay, I've broken it down into quarters, haven't I? Okay, but to have it equivalent, okay, so I was only dealing with the 1/2, so this side, okay, and you can see there that I have 2/4, okay, of my whole. Okay, there's my whole, got count to 4 bits, okay, that's where we got our quarters from, but we're still looking at just this one side, so 2/4 is the same as 1/2, okay, and then if I cut those quarters again in half, okay, so just cut it there and there, okay, which I'm going to do a nice little piece. Okay, so of my half, I'm just drawing it down here, okay, you can see that I've cut what was my 2 bits into 4 bits, okay, so there's my 4 bits, okay, so 4 bits, and if I cut that to 4 bits, I've actually made it now 8ths. Okay, and you can see there I've got on my half, what was my original halves, I've got 4 bits. Okay, 4/8. So what's going on here? Wow, it's quite simple to look at. Okay, really all I am doing is actually timesing it by 2. What I times the top by, I times the bottom by. Okay, so 1 times 2 equals 2, and then 2 times 2 equals 4. Okay, so those both had to be the same. Okay, so then as you can see over here, once again I times them by 2 again. Okay, now if I did the big jump all the way to the end there, I times it by 4, times it by 4. Okay, so equivalent fractions is basically when we're working our way up to bigger fractions, okay, we're just timesing the bottom and the top by the same amount. Okay, so going from 2 to 8, we're timesing it by 4, okay, and now if we're just doing the smaller jumps, we're timesing them both by 2 to find their equivalent amounts. Okay, so to do the reverse of this, so if timesing is making it get bigger, okay, how do we get it making smaller? Well, turn it into division. Okay, we divide it by 4. So 8 divided by 4 equals 2, 4 divided by 4 equals 1. Okay, so that's the other way around. So if I do a few other little practice ones down here to show equivalent fractions, okay, so if I had 5/8, okay, what is the equivalent to 5/8? So we just times them both by the same amount, okay, and that will give us, so 2 times 5 is 10, 2 times 8 is 16, okay, so they are the same. So basically it's saying that my original amount that I had, okay, I've just doubled that amount, okay, I've just cut all those pieces in what was an 8, I cut them into halves again, okay, so let me just draw that in for you there, okay, so what I had there was my 8, okay, and I had 5 coloured in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, but then I said I wanted to go to 16, so I wanted to make it bigger, okay, so I cut each of those ones in half again, okay, and by doing that I've just basically doubled what I did there, okay, that's what the 2 times by 2 means, okay. Now if I was trying to simplify this, I can't simplify it because that's an odd number, okay, well, usually when you get to an odd number like this, okay, unless the bottom is also divisible by an odd number, you usually have to stop, okay, so I've got an even and an odd number, so I can't divide that anymore, okay. If I had a bigger one, so let's say I had 24/32, okay, so what can both of those be divided by? I could divide them by 2, okay, but that's not going to get me smaller numbers, okay, so knowing my basic facts, I know that what numbers can go into both of those. I know that 8 can go into both of those. I can go 8 times 4 equals 32 and 8 times 3 equals 24, okay, so I could divide both of those by 8, okay, and that's going to give me, so 32 divided by 8 and 24 divided by 8 Okay, those are what we just worked out. Okay, so 3/4 is the same as 24 over 32. Okay, now if I did the opposite, if I times each of those by 8, okay, I get exactly the same again. Okay, make it bigger, make it smaller. Okay, and they're both, because they're both even numbers, I could do that. Okay, so that's a little quick snapshot on equivalent fractions and how we find equivalent fractions.